risk must be managed, and it must be managed by the top management within the organisation, and that it has to be an integral part of the decision-making processes within an organisation. Well, the risk managers have to know what the processes are. They have to know the organisation that they're working for, and they have to be able to speak the language of the managers, because it's pointless you coming up with a whole lot of suggestions which are impractical for the industry or the cycle that your business is in. And they have to be relevant solutions, because I always remember some people in compliance having a very poor reception from the Chief Financial Officer when they were saying, oh, we've got to put all these programs in to comply with the legislation, and it was going to cost them some $100,000 a year, and the maximum fine was $5,000. You know, it's got to be relevant. And it wasn't as though you were going to get a whole lot of adverse publicity. It wouldn't have managed to get reported. So again, you've got to understand what the risk is and how significant the risk is to the management of the organisation, to the organisation achieving its objectives. So it can't live in isolation. And I think that's the problem with a lot of risk management practitioners, is that they come with a limited life experience of industry and commerce, and therefore they are providing what would be classed as safe advice, but it's very impractical advice if I've got to run a company and make a profit. Well, risk management should never be your first vocation. You really need to get a life before you go into risk, so that risk should be your second or third or fourth or even fifth occupation that you take on, so that you bring some good life experiences with you, so that you are in fact able to provide advice and service to line managers, to give them practical advice on what to do in relation to how to run the business and how to deal with the uncertainty of achieving objectives. If you've just come straight from school into university and straight into a job, I would dispute that you're going to be able to be of much use to the line managers in helping them make decisions.